I'm Frank Hartman with the Hartman Law Firm, and I'm a practicing attorney in Charleston, South Carolina, specializing in auto accidents and personal injury. And today we're answering the question, what is underinsured motorist coverage under South Carolina insurance law? Underinsured motorist coverage is exactly what it sounds like. It is an option that you opt for on your auto policy that allows you to add an extra layer of coverage in the event that your medical bills, your pain and suffering, and your injury outpaces the actual coverage that the defendant had on his car when you guys collided. The significance of this is I'd say anywhere between 80 to 90% of the people out there driving in South Carolina are riding around with what's considered state minimum policies. The state minimum for the state of South Carolina is $25,000. So the point that I'm getting to is that the typical defendant who hits you and is at fault is only going to have $25,000 that you can potentially get from his auto insurance company to compensate you for your injuries, to pay your medical bills, and to hopefully have a little bit of change left over in your pocket to, offset the fact that you were in a car accident. A lot of times, especially in the context of permanent injuries or injuries that are catastrophic in nature, your medical bills and your injuries are going to far outpace that $25,000. So what's going to happen is, say you've got a $25,000 emergency room bill because you spent a couple of days in the emergency room at a critical 3 stage. And trust me, the emergency room bills they get extraordinarily expensive, especially when you're in the ICU, that sort of scenario. If you take that and you submit it to the defendant's insurance company, they're immediately going to tender that $25,000 because you've already got $25,000 in medical bills. But then you're looking at, okay, great, I've got $25,000 in medical bills and there's nothing left over to pay me for my pain and suffering, and there's nothing left over for my permanent injury that's come as a result of this particular accident. That is precisely where underinsured motorist coverage comes in. It's an option that you opt for on your own auto insurance policy. For example, on my car, I have 100/300, and I opted for underinsured motorist coverage for precisely this reason. In the event that I'm involved in a wreck in which I'm significantly hurt and there's a permanent injury, and the defendant only has $25,000 in coverage, I can go back on my own insurance policy and I can say, look, the defendant didn't have enough money, and I'm really hurt, and I've got $70,000 in medical bills. And my own insurance company is going to step into the shoes of the defendant, and they're going to say, okay, well here's $100,000 to go ahead and cover the rest of your medical bills and to compensate you for your injury and hopefully compensate you for your long-term permanent injury. I'm Frank Hartman with the Hartman Law Firm, and today we talked about what is underinsured motorist coverage and why is it important to you. If you're watching this video and you have questions about underinsured motorist coverage, then you need to call me. You can reach me at 843-300-7600 or feel free to reach me at thehartmanlawfirm.com. Thank you for watching.